What if the real reason things aren't working the way you want in the bedroom has nothing to do with your body and everything to do with how you're living your life outside of it? Think about that for a second, because most people separate these two worlds, career on one side, sex life on the other. But after years of working with men, understanding their struggles, their frustrations, the silent doubts they never say out loud, I can tell you this with absolute certainty. The habits that build powerful, confident, successful men are the exact same habits that create unforgettable, deeply satisfying sex lives. And the men who understand this, they don't rely on luck. They don't hope things just work. They build it. I'm Dr. Chloe Anderson, and welcome to Real Talk Bedroom, where we don't sugarcoat things. We break them down so you actually understand what's happening in your body, your mind, and your relationships. Because if you've ever felt like you're not as confident as you used to be, your desire comes and goes, your performance feels inconsistent, or something just feels off, then this is going to hit deeper than you expect. Because what I'm about to show you isn't a trick. It's not a quick fix. It's a complete shift in how you think about your sex life. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Let's start with something most men completely ignore until it starts affecting everything. Sleep. Not the kind where you crash for a few hours and call it enough. I'm talking about real, deep, uninterrupted recovery. Because while you're sleeping, your body is doing something critical. It's rebuilding your hormones. It's restoring your nervous system. It's resetting your ability to feel desire. And when that process gets cut short, even slightly, your body notices. Maybe you don't feel it immediately, but slowly, you stop waking up with that natural drive. Your energy dips, your focus weakens. And in the bedroom, you're just not as switched on, not as sharp, not as present. And the worst part? Most men don't connect the dots. They think something is wrong with them, but it's not. You're running on empty. The men who perform at a high level, in life and in bed, they protect their sleep like it matters, because they know, without it, everything else collapses. And once that foundation is strong, something else starts to change. Your body. Not just how it looks, but how it functions. Because let's be honest, sex is physical. It requires stamina, control, blood flow, endurance. And if your body isn't trained to handle stress, to move, to perform, you will feel it. Maybe not the first time, maybe not even the second. But eventually, fatigue creeps in, performance drops, confidence follows, and now it's not just physical anymore. It's mental. Because once doubt enters your mind, it changes everything. But here's what most people don't realize. When you exercise consistently, you're not just building muscle. You're training your entire system. Your heart pumps better. Your blood vessels open more efficiently. Your hormones stabilize. And suddenly, your body responds faster, stronger, more reliably. And that changes how you feel about yourself. It changes how you walk into a room, how you approach intimacy, how you stay present instead of overthinking. Because confidence doesn't come from pretending. It comes from knowing your body will respond when it matters. But even with a strong body, there's something that can shut everything down instantly. Stress. And not just the obvious kind. I'm talking about the constant pressure you've gotten used to. The overthinking, the mental noise, the never-ending what if running in the background. Because here's what's happening inside your body. When you're stressed, your system shifts into survival mode. Your heart rate changes. Your blood flow redirects. Your body prepares for action, not connection. And that state is the complete opposite of what you need for arousal. You can't be fully present while your mind is somewhere else. You can't relax while your body feels under pressure. So even if everything looks perfect on the outside, your body doesn't follow through. And that's when frustration builds. Because now it feels unpredictable, uncontrollable. But it's not random. It's your nervous system doing exactly what it was designed to do. The difference is, high-level performers don't ignore this. They manage it. They create space to reset, to breathe, to slow down, because they understand If your mind isn't in the right state, your body won't be either. And once you start gaining that control, something else becomes very clear. What you put into your body directly affects how it performs. And this is where most men sabotage themselves without even realizing it. Because sexual performance is heavily dependent on blood flow. And your blood vessels, they respond to what you eat every single day. If your diet is full of processed foods, excess sugar, heavy inflammatory meals, your system slows down, your circulation weakens, your responsiveness drops, not overnight, but gradually, until one day, things don't feel the same, and you don't know why. But the men who understand this, they don't chase extreme diets. They don't overcomplicate it. They stay aware. They fuel their body in a way that supports performance, not just appearance, because at the end of the day, it's not about looking good. It's about functioning at your best. And then we get to the part most men avoid, but it's the one that changes everything: communication. Because no matter how strong, healthy, or capable you are, if you can't express what you need, if you can't understand your partner, if you're guessing instead of knowing, your sex life will always feel limited. And a lot of men stay stuck here. They stay quiet. They avoid the conversation. They hope things improve on their own. But silence creates distance, and distance kills connection. The men who have the most fulfilling, consistent, confident sex lives, they don't guess. They communicate. They ask. They listen. They adjust. They stay open. Because they understand. Great sex isn't just physical. It's connection. It's awareness. It's presence. And finally, the one trait that ties everything together: curiosity. Because your body will change. Your desires will evolve. Your experiences will shape what you enjoy. And if you stay stuck in one version of yourself, you miss out on everything that comes next. But the men who keep improving, they stay curious. They learn. They adapt. They explore. They don't see challenges as failure. They see them as feedback. And that mindset, that's what keeps things exciting, alive, evolving. So if you've been feeling stuck, if something hasn't been working the way you want, don't look for a quick fix. Look at your habits, because the way you live your life is the way you experience everything, including your sex life. And here's the truth most people don't tell you. You don't need to change everything overnight. You just need to start. One shift, one habit, one decision. Because once you take control in one area, it starts spreading into your confidence, your energy, your performance, your connection. And before you know it, you're not the same person anymore. You're better. And that shows up everywhere, especially where it matters most. And if you're ready to actually take control of your sex life, not guess, not hope, but understand it on a deeper level, then stay with me here on Real Talk Bedroom, because this is just the beginning.